Be knowledgeable of rules governing combative sports. Inside your packet is a rule book. It's good to sit down every now and then and read it. You can also find it online on our website on the TDLR. Just Google Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. It'll come up. And go to the tab that says Programs, Combative Sports. And on another tab it says Forms, Statutes, and Laws. You can look at it on the internet, on the computer. Be knowledgeable of the governing rules of combative sports events, including hand wraps, gloves, weights, and types, approved substances, and approved required equipment and supplies that must be in the corner or that are allowed in the corner. 1, be able to observe, assimilate, and react to a variety of complex situations. Some of the situations come up is overcoaching. There'll be a corner man that he keeps standing up. You know, that's going to be a situation you're going to have to ask him to sit down. Now, we ask you not to lay hands on him, not try to physically sit him down. Tap him and say, you know what, this is your one warning. You guys remain seated, and if you get up again, then we're going to ask you to leave the ring side or cage side. Another thing that happens is you might tell the guy, sit down, he'll turn around and he'll curse you. That's another thing you gotta learn how to react to that. Sometimes your emotions might want you to react differently. Don't react differently. Either come to me or usually when we set up the technical zone, there's always gonna be a uniformed officer. You could get him to remove that one individual. Be able to work in a highly stressful environment with a known deadline. You have to work that corner, and say the corner man jumps up and they forget their bucket, and everybody will look at you, give me that bucket. Then you get that bucket, you don't know what's going on, so you start getting all stressed out. And I'm looking at you, I'm raising my voice. Come on, you got to be in there. You got to be watching this. So it gets stressful. We don't want you to feel it's just the timing of what's going on at the time. Always be relaxed, take a breath, and then start again. Instead of making a mistake, just take a breath. It don't matter, take a couple of seconds, you'll be back in control. Be able to remain partial when interacting with a promoter, contestant, manager, trainer, second, or other participants. So you're gonna get asked, well, hey, who do you think is gonna win this fight? I said, I'm here to work, I'm not here to watch the fight. Okay. Another thing is they might want to talk more, like, hey, where are you from? Like, yeah, they're trying a conversation, try to get to know you. Okay, just, once again, I'm here to work the fight and, and do your duties, whatever you're assigned to that day. Be able to work as a team member. Sometimes we have big events. I bring people in from Dallas, Houston, San Antonio. They're all having to work together. Like this, everybody usually knows everybody who's already worked for me because they've already worked. But when you come in, I don't want you to feel alienated. I want you to be able to go talk to whether it's this gentleman, and ask them, what did Greg say to do? What was my duty? He said this. What does that mean? If you get lost, they'll help you, okay? And if they're not helping you, always look for your supervisor or one of the TDLR employees. Be able to exhibit a demeanor of control of the dressing room area and the activities of the second and other participants at ringside. The control of the area, like in the ringside or even in the dress room, you have a lot of corner guys who might not be authorized to be in that corner. The way we handle that is by putting bands on people. Now, if they ain't got a band in there, you're going to go in there and say, you ain't got a band. You got to get out of here. They're going to say, well, that's my brother. Well, they should have got you a band yesterday weigh-in. You can't be in here. So that's how you're going to be reacting in the dress room with other areas. Can I see your bucket? What kind of supplies you got? In here, we got a list of supplies, what it's going to be, but we're going to get to it. I'm putting it out. I just wanted to read these. This was a new pamphlet they put in here. So be knowledgeable of the rules governing how a fight may be stopped by the chief, second, or referee. If you ever get assigned to work a corner with an individual and you hear that he's tired, and remember, you cannot throw a towel in. That's a violation. Talk to the corner guys. If you see that it'd be a stressful situation, say, if you want to stop the fight, let me know, and I'll get up there and I'll notify the referee. That's basically the only way a fight can be stopped. And the way you stop it, you step to the top of the stairs and wave your hands, or even get a towel and wave it over your head to get their attention. Be familiar with TDLR drug testing protocol. Nowadays, we're doing a lot of random testing. We're doing championship fight testing. So the way you become aware of it, we're usually going to assign one person to the big events. Little events, we might get 2, 4, 6 fighters we're going to test. They're drawn randomly. And I'll get there and I'll say, okay, you're going to be in charge. When the drug testing person comes in, this is their name. You're going to stay here. You're going to take them to each participant. Make sure that when they give the sample, somebody's there witnessing the sample, and make sure that all steps are covered, and collect all the papers that are signed and bring them to the supervisor in the hand. And the drug testing protocol might go into a little bit extra, checking IDs, verifying IDs because the person they're bringing in, it's a laboratory company will be chosen. They come in, they don't know nothing about boxing. They just know they're there to get the sample. And we make it as easy as possible for them. Where's the bathroom? Where's the testing area? Bring that fighter there. This is fighter B. This is fighter C. And then the protocol just fixes itself right from there. Okay, next page. Our general counsel went over the conflicts of interest and ethics guidelines, process and assignment issues. Okay, requesting or lobbying TDLR staff or commissioners for assignments is viewed as inappropriate behavior. Also, we got a big top-rank HBO show. Hey, can I work that fight? Can I work that fight? Can I work that fight? All assignments are based, when I do them, I look at the general vicinity of the area, Dallas, Texas. I usually get all my inspectors, and it depends how many fights I got. I like to try to have one inspector for every fighter. So I'll fill up the Dallas area, and then if somebody turns me down and says, I can't do that show, then I'll go to the next one, either Austin or Houston. Same thing for San Antonio. I'll reach down to the Valley, and Valley, Austin. So everybody got a geographic area where they work in. Sometimes I might be having 2 shows in one place. I need some more. I might send more inspectors. Sometimes there's different situations where I might send 2 or 3 inspectors together because I know they'll go there as a team and come back as a team. So everything ties in, but just don't ask for assignments from anybody. Everybody's going to get their fair share of work. There's plenty of work going on, or events are just rising and rising and rising. Just this week, I had 4 promoters come in for interviews. Refusal to accept assignments, failure to appear, arriving late, or canceling at the last minute without cause affects future assignments. When you sign this contract, it is not guaranteeing you assignments. It just says that you can work as an inspector for TDLR. We come to a fight, and you keep calling in, I can't make it, even don't call in, I'm not going to put you on that assignment no more. We'll replace you. When I send out the schedule, I send it out once a month, and I'll email everybody who's working that month. And on my email it said, if you cannot work, please notify me that you can't work so I can find a replacement. Now, if you keep, can't work, then either give me a call and say, these are the only dates I'm available. That way, I won't have to worry about it. Every time I scare Skyler, he can't work, but he can work Fridays. Okay? If I say be there at 5 o'clock, it's not 5:15, it's not 5:30, it's 5 o'clock. I'm all safe. If I tell everybody be there at 5 o'clock, I'm there at 4:45, 4:30. It's better be early than late. A lot of times on TV fights, what happens, they want to start it early. Then I might say, oh, get the next fighter ready. And if I don't have nobody to sign off on gloves, on wraps, then that puts us behind the 8 ball. Do not criticize, degrade, or otherwise demean the performance of another official, inspector, commission member, or staff member. Oh, he didn't check them hand wraps. He didn't do it. He was looking at the fight. He wasn't looking at the corner. You know what? You're here to worry about you because I'm looking at you. I'm not looking at you through him. I'm not looking at her through him. You worry about your assignment, and that individual will either be retrained or talked to or even assigned another assignment, something that he might or she might feel more comfortable with and will make the program run smooth. Okay, professionalism. It is our goal to enforce these rules and protect participants' health and safety with professionalism and respect. It is important to perform inspector's duties in a low-key, calm manner. Do not enter into verbal altercations. If a situation has escalated to a level where shouting or physical contact is imminent, The inspector must remove himself or herself from the situation and advise the TDLR supervisor. Do not solicit autographs or photographs from participants or guests. Okay, on the professionalism part is, just because you got this, we're going to issue you a badge, that doesn't make you the sheriff. Okay, you're going to treat that person the way you want to be treated. You don't yell at that person, you don't demean that person, and you don't call them names. I mean, you talk to them, you know what? This is the way it's supposed to be done. Please, thank you. Yes, always be nice. Always try to not get into a situation where it's going to turn into a yelling match, it's going to turn into an altercation, and that usually happens at ringside, okay? Usually happens after a fight because everybody thinks their fighter won. Everybody steps into the ring. A lot of times we got the situation where fighters want to carry their kids up into the ring. That's very dangerous because the other guy's still mad. He'll go knock down, damage, hurt that baby, the kid. So, we got to really look out as far as what our inspector duties are at these places. And professionalism is a big part of it.